South Carolina women's basketball team handles the Ole Miss Rebels in Oxford, Mississippi. Gamecocks dominant once again. Let's break it down.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to another episode. Welcome to another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I am your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe. Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will, so I continue to bring you that gospel. Gamecocks every single day. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate the love. I want to thank all the day ones, thank all the new folks who are watching me today. The podcast continue to grow. I love it. And thank you for making it special. We got a good one today, y'all. I said we got a good one today, y'all. We talking about the beatdown by the South Carolina women's basketball team over the Ole Miss Rebels. We are talking all about it. But before we get started, we are going to do the normal. It is shot o'clock. Whatever time you watching me, whatever time you may be watching me, it might be during lunch, it might be during breakfast, it might be during a break when you no, you don't supposed to do that. You don't supposed to be doing that when you're a break at work. But regardless of the fact, it is shot o'clock. The Gamecocks won again. We have one more SEC regular season game. It's time to turn up. And so whatever your drink of choice, you choose to do so today, it's going down. Cheers, South Kakalaki. Woo! South Carolina strolled on down to Ole Miss. Strolled on down to Oxford, Mississippi. And decided to play a game of basketball. That's what decided to do. And Dawn Staley and the coaching staff had the girls ready to play because Ole Miss were ready to play. Come on. This Ole Miss is coached by Coach Yo. So you're going to have a physical brand of basketball. You are playing the second best offensive rebounding team in the country. Ole Miss can rebound the basketball, but South Carolina stood on business. What's the new saying? 10 toes in. And played phenomenal basketball. South Carolina remains tied for first in the regular season of the SEC with Texas. Now, Texas struggled a little bit yesterday against Mississippi State, but they won. You know, last night was a strange game, a strange night for basketball. You had Texas struggling. You had Notre Dame losing. You had LSU losing. But you had the South Carolina Gamecocks, the home of the sweet tea and pig feet, doing work. We are 12-3 in quadrant 1 now. We are still first in the SEC. We are, remain second in the net ranking. And what's peculiar with the situation is before the basketball game, they do the top 16 reveal, right? Top 16 reveal. So Carolina, before the game was obviously played and before the results of multiple games going to be being played, were dropped to a number 2 seed overall. Okay. First off, they remained in Birmingham, which I'm a fan of. I think of all Gamecock fans, you are happy if the Gamecocks are in Birmingham. We all know that, right? Because it's not as far. But a number 2 seed, got it. Understand? Okay, let me see how this thing works out, right? So they had Texas, they had Southern Cal. They had Notre Dame. I was like, okay, so we beat Texas. We haven't played Southern Cal yet. We haven't played Southern Cal yet. UCLA was the number 1 overall seed. UCLA beat us by double digits. Got it, right? Okay. Then after the games last evening, after Texas struggled, Notre Dame lost. Okay. LSU lost. They had LSU as a number 2 seed. And Carolina was the number 2 seed. So just because of my math, my Marlboro kind of math, I just got to say that since Notre Dame lost, right? When this next top 16 is revealed, so South Carolina, as of right now, should be a number 1 overall seed instead of Notre Dame, right? That makes sense to me. And obviously things are going to change as things go along. Things are going to change. Carolina got to win on Sunday. Then we have the SEC tournament. But what I'm saying is, I just think this top 16 reveal thing is stupid. I think it's stupid. I don't think it makes no sense. It's stupid. Don't even, because then you do a top 16 reveal and it's done right before crucial basketball games. Are we going to get a top 16 reveal on Sunday after the season is complete? Are we going to do that? It makes no sense. And all right, ESPN do just, to cause, chitter chatter and buzzwords and clickbait and all that stuff, but it's stupid. I don't like it. Makes no sense. Don't make no sense. So it is what it is. Dawn Staley did another phenomenal coaching job on last night. And I know it's sometimes, difficult. I ain't say it's difficult. Her and Coach Yo are friends. Coach Yo sees Dawn Staley as a mentor, and they play similar games. Carolina just got more talent. Dawn Staley has won so many basketball games, three-time national champions, multiple, SEC awards and national coaching awards, all those great things. But for this particular basketball game, these ladies were ready. And if we have to start with the most ready player on this basketball team on last night, we have to talk about Chloe Kitts. Now, I've been tooting the horn of Chloe Kitts all year long. I've been saying multiple times that Chloe Kitts was our best rebounder. Multiple times, just before Ashlyn Watkins got hurt. I've been saying that Chloe Kitts right now, offensively, defensively, is 1 or 2 best on this basketball team. I've been saying that Chloe, in particular in yesterday's show, I've been saying that Chloe doesn't get the recognition that she deserves. I don't see Chloe being talked about by the national media. I don't see Chloe getting talked about enough in the local media. Well, assuming that Captain Will is media, I'm going to talk about Chloe Kitts every day. She is the truth. I've been saying that. I've been saying that when she was, 17th ranked in her recruiting class that included MiLaysia Fulwiley, Tessa Johnson. I've been saying that. She's been her. It just looks different. And we got to get used to the way it looks. Gamecock fans. Chloe is one of the best players in the SEC. It looks different, y'all. She played last night. I've been saying in last night's show, I said, in big games, Chloe needs to play at least 27 minutes or more. Look what happened. Now, I'm not saying that Dawn Staley and the coaching staff went to the lab with a pen and the pad, listen to Cap Will. What I'm saying is Chloe played 34 minutes. You see what happens when Chloe Kitts plays 34 minutes, 30 plus minutes a game? Triple-double. This is the first triple-double that a Gamecock player has had since 2021. 2021 with Aaliyah Boston. 34 minutes, 16 points, 6 for 10 from the field. Her 16 points, ladies and gentlemen, came from only 10 shots because she shot 60% from the field. There was a young lady last night, Hannah, her dog, was getting all the commercials and the pub jumping on Slam Magazine, shot 4 for 18 in a loss. Chloe was 6 for 10, had 16 points, 1 for 1 for the three-point line, 3 for 3 from the free throw line. This young lady had 13 rebounds. 13 rebounds, 10 assists, 1 block, and 4 steals. Her efficiency was 35. When we're doing efficiency, that takes us into offense and defense. She was special. She produced 20.6 points last night while giving up 9.4 points. That is amazing basketball. A lot of people don't want to talk about that stat. A lot of people don't want to talk about, the points produced versus the points allowed. You know why? Because then you get exposed. Players get exposed because you have a lot of players out there. Not going to say no names. I ain't going to say no names. But you have a lot of players out there that produce a lot of points or a lot of assists for their basketball team. But in retrospect, this player also either gives up the same amount of points or gives up more points than they are producing. And they are equated as superstar players. What Chloe did last night was a superstar performance. She had a defensive rating of 74.1. That was lowest by far of anybody on the South Carolina women's basketball team. She had the highest rebounding percentage. She had the highest steal percentage. Chloe was a superstar last night for South Carolina, the three-time national champions. Put some respect on this girl's name, please. Please. And if we talking about Chloe, we had to talk about Sania Feagin. Oh, my gosh. You're talking about Sania Feagin with 27 minutes and 22 points. Sania Feagin was the epitome of offensive efficiency. 10 for 13 from the field, 2 for 3 from the free throw line. She had 6 rebounds. That's great. She had 5 blocked shots. Sania Feagin balled out. I hope there were some scouts from the WNBA checking her out, because what you saw last night was what a motivated Sania Feagin can do. 27 minutes. Special basketball. She had a block percentage last night of 12.8%. Chloe and Sania, the dynamic duo in the post, lit it up last night. It was so great to see. So great to see. It made me just so happy. So happy watching last night's game. And we mentioned before in the pregame that the rebounding would be was the key. It was going to be the key to this basketball game. If South Carolina rebounded the basketball well, because Ole Miss is one of the best, especially offensive rebounding teams in the country, we would do well. And we won the rebounding edge. South Carolina had 41 rebounds. Ole Miss had 36, okay? Of those 41 rebounds, Chloe had 13 of them. Okay, we had 26 defensive rebounders, and this is a quote-unquote poor defensive rebounding basketball team. Going into this basketball game, South Carolina was, I want to say, 167th in rebounding, defensive rebounding percentage. Well, we had 26. They had 19. And again, Chloe had 3 defensive rebounds and Sania had 2. Offensive rebounding, okay? Offensive rebounding. We talked about Ole Miss being so great. Top 2 in offensive rebounding percentage. They had 17. We had 15. That's pretty good. That, you mean South Carolina was top 10 ourselves, offensive rebounding percentage, and we stood on business with that. But we were right there with them in offensive rebounding and offensive rebounding percentage. And to put a cap on this right here, Chloe had 10 offensive rebounds. 10 of them. 10 of them SEC voters and SEC decision makers, y'all better keep an eye on Chloe. Better keep an eye on Chloe because she's playing her best basketball. Y'all better keep. I'm just saying right now because Captain Will gonna lose his damn mind. South Carolina shot over 45%. That's always a key metric for us. We shoot, I want to say 43% or higher. We have a good shot at winning the basketball game because our defense is going to play well. Well, Carolina shot 45%. Ole Miss shot 37%. So that's good. We shot 50% from the three. Problem is, this is the problem. We only shot 6 3-pointers. Of those 6 3-pointers, 3 of them went in. Carolina, I think, was ranked 100th, 101st in 3-point shooting going to this basketball game. We have not consistently hit the 3 this year. Ole Miss did a number on our guards. They were disruptive. They were, the passing lanes, they was up on you. They was playing physical basketball against our guards, and they literally took our guards out the game. They were so keen on taking our guards out the basketball games, our posts ate them up. In terms of Ole Miss, they shot 33% from 3. They shot 12 of them, only hit 4. And they're not even a basketball team that shoots a lot of threes. Free throw percentage, we were 82%. They were 63%. That's pretty normal because Ole Miss is a poor, free throw shooting team. And Carolina is a top 50 free throw shooting team, 14 for 17 in this basketball game. Turnovers was even 15 and 15. Carolina top 10 in fewest turnovers for basketball game. Let's begin with that. 15 turnovers to Ole Miss is not great, but it's not bad either because Ole Miss gets a lot of steals. And y'all saw the game last night. Ole Miss has a way of making the game grimy. And that's what they did. I think a key point of if you get the turnovers, you got to look at the points off turnovers. Both of us had 15 turnovers, but we got 22 points off the turnovers, and Ole Miss had 12. Second chance shots, Ole Miss had 9, we had 15. We was, bench points has been a huge thing for folks talking about South Carolina. Oh, the bench scores more points than the starters. Oh, this, that, and the third. Oh my God! Please stop all that stuff. We all know that the South Carolina bench, real talk, plays more minutes than the starters. We know that. We know that. But we harp on it too much. So you had the bench of South Carolina getting 24 points and Ole Miss getting 31 points. Okay, got it. That's done. Blocks that were even, pretty even. South Carolina had 8. Ole Miss had 9. You had 2 teams in the top 10 in terms of block percentage, and that's what happened. Assists, we had 20. Ole Miss had 18. 2 teams who get several assists and 20 assists to what 15 turnovers. That's all right for us, and 18 assists to 15 turnovers for them. That's all right as well. As long as you don't have a negative turnover ratio, you having a pretty good game. Steals, we had 10 steals. Ole Miss had 6. Didn't expect that. I did not expect to win the steal percentage or the steal battle against Ole Miss. I thought they would have more, but they did not. Ole Miss, I mentioned before that I thought that a number 0, Tianu, was their best overall player, offensively and defensively. Well, that rang true on last night. She had 15.7 for 10 from the field, 8 rebounds, 1 assist. She did have 5 turnovers in 29 minutes of play. What's cool about her is that she's a freshman. She's also 21 years old. So she's a grown woman. She's a grown woman. And she's going to be an excellent player for Ole Miss. She for sure, because Ole Miss has a quote unquote old basketball team. When the game came on, they had such and such 22, 23, 24, all these older players. But I guess she's an older player too. She's 21 and she's a freshman, so she stayed 4 years. Woo, yeah, she'll be old. She will be old. And then, Madison Scott couldn't get a rhythm. She was 4 points, 1 for 6 from the field, 5 rebounds. Todd Williams, 9 points, 4 for 9 from the field. All in all, the Gamecocks played well. Gamecocks played well. And just, breaking down the game, we're going to do this quarter by quarter. Let's do this thing quarter by quarter. Carolina had 19 points and Ole Miss had 14 points. And anytime that the Gamecocks are ahead at the 6-minute mark, and it was because normally that's around the time that we sub, but the game was going in such a good rhythm and there wasn't many fouls being called, and Joyce and Fulwiley and Tessa couldn't get in the basketball game to around the 4-minute mark, 3.5-minute mark, somewhere along there. But the Gamecocks were winning. The starters were playing well, right? In the first quarter, you had Powell, who had 10 minutes, had 3 points, 1 for 4 from the field, 1 for 1 from the three-point line, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. That's a solid quarter for Powell. She didn't hit the percentage in the first quarter that we would like for her to have, and most importantly, that she would like to have. But Carolina shot 42.9% from the field, and Ole Miss shot 35% from the field. So that was a great quarter for us, all in all. Ole Miss had 9 rebounds. We had 14 rebounds. We let them know that there are levels to this. And we had 6 assists, and they had 5. Okay. Feagin did her work. First quarter, she had 8 points. She looked unstoppable that first quarter. 8 points, 4 for 5 from the field in 7 minutes of play with 3 rebounds. Chloe was just getting started. She had 10 rebounds, had 4 points, 2 for 5 from the field, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. And I love Carolyn Peck. But I was saying, after that first quarter, they should have been saying, Chloe's on triple-double watch. Because she was on triple-double watch. I think I didn't hear from the media that she was on triple-double watch until the third quarter. Well, like I said, in the first quarter, she had 4 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 10 minutes of play. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Breezy, 7 minutes, 0 points, 0 for 1 from the field, 1 rebound. Raven, 7 minutes, 2 points, 1 for 2 from the field, 1 rebound, 2 turnovers. It was weird a little bit. See, it's always weird for me when I see Raven Johnson giving up turnovers. This is weird behavior for me. And 2 turnovers in the first quarter is definitely uncommon for her. Tessa had 2 points, 1 for 1 from the field, 3 minutes of play. Joyce was 0 for 2, 3 minutes, and Fulwiley was 0 for 1 in 3 minutes. All in all, the first quarter was very good for South Carolina. We move on to the second quarter. In the second quarter, Ole Miss came out pretty solid. I mean, really good. I think we went on a 5-0, 7-0 run, and they ended up winning the quarter 19-18. And this quarter, Carolina is first, especially I would say for the first 6 minutes of the basketball game, we weren't shooting the ball well. We weren't. In the quarter overall, we ended up at 39%, and Ole Miss shot 41%. We had a 3-pointer, 1 for 1, and they shot 3 of them and hit 1 of them. And in the second quarter, you had more of the Sania Feagin show. They couldn't do anything with her. None. She had an additional 8 points, 3 for 4 from the field, 2 for 3 from the free throw line, 2 rebounds in 10 minutes. She was playing very good basketball. Chloe doing her thing with 5 points, 2 for 3 from the field, couple rebounds, couple of fouls, 2 more assists in 6 minutes of play. You had Joyce, who picked up 2 fouls in the second quarter. Joyce could never get going in this basketball game. She couldn't. And it's ironic of saying that because she picked up early foul trouble. Joyce only finished with, I want to say, 15 minutes of play in this game, but she still got 10 points. She got 10 points. It's just kind of weird how that happens sometimes. Fulwiley had 2 points, 1 for 3 from the field in 9 minutes of play. She couldn't get started. She could, whatever game plan that Coach Yo had for our guards, it worked. It really worked. Powell couldn't get started. In the second quarter, she was 0 for 2 from the field. With 7 minutes, she did have 2 assists. And I think that's becoming, I think that's not talked about enough with Te-Hina Paopao. I mean, she had, I want to say, 4 assists to 0 turnovers in this basketball game. She is handling the ball way more than she has in the past. She has more of a responsibility handling the ball, I think. And so I think we need to change gears a little bit. When we're talking about Te-Hina Paopao, she's not shooting 47% from the 3, but she has an assist turnover ratio that is very good. And she's been playing, overall better basketball over the past, I would say, 7-8 games. Okay. And just shooting the ball hasn't been the forte yet. Now, what was also peculiar for this, Raven only played 3 minutes in the basketball game. 3 minutes. So you had Powell handling the ball quite a bit in that second quarter in 7 minutes, and you had a Maddy Sighton who played a little bit towards the end, and you had MiLaysia Fulwiley played 9 minutes in the second quarter. So I think even though there ain't no starters, that's going to change. I think minutes are changing for the South Carolina women's basketball team. I just do. And I think Dawn was trying to find an edge or trying to find somebody who can change up the play of us in that second quarter for our guards because it wasn't working. The third quarter, Carolina came out and played better and had 18 points. They had 14 points. That 19-point outing for Ole Miss in the second quarter was short-lived. It was short-lived. We shot 50% from the field in the third quarter. Ole Miss shot 33%. Feagin doing more work, had 4 more points, 2 for 2 from the field. We just love Sania Feagin. We just love her. Chloe continued to do work. She had 5 points in the third quarter, 1 for 1 from the field, and what was it, 3 for 3? 3 for 3 from the free throw line. Chloe's shooting, I want to say, 86% from the free throw line. That girl can play the game of basketball. 10 minutes for Breezy in that third quarter. She had 1 rebound, 1 assist, didn't shoot the ball at all. Defensively, Breezy was playing solid. Offensively, Breezy's not looking for a shot. Not looking for a shot whatsoever. You had Breezy and Raven combining for 16 minutes. They also combined for 2 points and 1 shot. 2 assists. Now we won the quarter with 18 points for South Carolina on offense, but you just got to get some production. You got to get some production, and I don't know what it is. I can't put my finger on it. I don't know what it is with the production because they're not even looking for the shot sometimes. And Tessa, she had 5 minutes and she only took 1 shot. And again, Ole Miss was being very disruptive, but damn, Fulwiley played 4 minutes and shot 3 times. I think we have to make them. I'm talking about them. I'm talking about Bree and Raven. They have to be offensive threats against the quality teams because if they're not going to look for their shots against the UCLAs or the Texases or the Notre Dames, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. I just want them to be aggressive. If they combine for if Bree and Raven combine for, just 12 shots, I would be happy. I would be happy. And in this basketball game on last night, they combined for 7 shots and was 4 for 7 in 55 minutes of play. I just want more. And we're talking about things to work on because everything was, for the most part, was great. For the team aspect, this was great. But we also have, a couple of players who didn't play their best game. And we talk about the goods, we got to talk about the bads. That's just Captain Will. We're going to talk about after every game we do that. So, in this basketball game, this is the whole picture, offensively and defensively. You had Tessa Johnson with 16 minutes, had 2 points, 1 for 5 from the field, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 foul, and she had an offensive rating of 48.1. That was the worst on the team, 48.1. And then she also had the highest defensive rating against Ole Miss. So with Tessa, and it seems like Tessa's in a funk right now, offensively and defensively. I don't think she's playing. I don't even say. I'm hoping tournament Tessa arrives real soon because we are going to need her in conference tournament and the NCAA tournament. But is not looking. Tessa's not looking like the player that we saw her last season, the last quarter of the season. But hopefully she can turn that thing around. Now, I mentioned the second player I'm going to mention is Joyce. And the reason I'm going to mention Joyce is because she could not get going. She finished up with 4 fouls, so she couldn't get in the rhythm that she wanted to get in. She had 15 points, 15 minutes, 10 points. She was 3 for 9 from the field. That's 33%. 2 rebounds, 1 turnover, 1 block, and those 4 fouls. Her offensive rating is 80.6, and that's a poor offensive rating for Joyce. But what was, even more so with Joyce in this basketball game, she had the second highest defensive rating. And she was getting worked some in the post. And make no mistake about it. Y'all saw the basketball game. She was getting worked a little bit. And that's going to just come with getting stronger and things of that nature. And the third one I have to mention is MiLaysia Fulwiley. Fulwiley played 21 minutes. She had 9 points, but she was also 3 for 10 from the field. And y'all know Captain Will. I'm a stickler for efficiency. She was 3 for 10 from the field, 1 for 2 from the 3-point line, 2 for 2 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 1 turnover, 1 foul, had an offensive rating of 76.3. And she didn't play the usual defense that she normally does. Last night, she had the third highest defensive rating. MiLaysia Fulwiley and Joyce Edwards had been playing tremendous, amazing basketball. So at the end of the day, eventually you're going to see a lull, and that we got that lull a little bit with both of those players, last night. Ironically enough, you just look at points, and a lot of folks just look at points. You had Joyce with 10 points, and you had Fulwiley with 9 points. So you're like, oh snap, they play good basketball. They're not to their level, and I expect both of those players to play very well on Sunday. MiLaysia Fulwiley, I expect her to show up and show out at Colonial Life Arena on senior night and give Georgia Moore that work. That's what I expect. Season-wise for South Carolina, we just finished talking about Joyce, and for the season, Joyce has been straight up amazing. I'm talking about 21 minutes, 13 points, shooting 57% from the field, shooting 75% from the free throw line, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block, 1 steal, and 2 turnovers. She's been playing great basketball for South Carolina. Number 2 is Chloe. Chloe, for the season, averaging almost a double-double in 21 minutes of play, 9 points, 8 rebounds, playing at a very high level, 50% from the field. She's starting to feel herself a little bit from the 3-point line. Make no mistake about it. 9 points, 8 rebounds, almost a double-double in 21 minutes, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 turnover. Special basketball, offensively and defensively. Just got to mention that. It's more than just offensive stats. The players I'm mentioning right now, the top 3 I'm mentioning right now for the season, are playing terrific basketball offensively and defensively. The third one is Sania Feagin. Sania Feagin giving you 18 minutes. She just had a season high last night. She gave you 8 points, 59% from the field, meaning she's a bucket getter and very efficient, 79 from the free throw line. All 3 of these ladies shooting a very good clip at the free throw line. You got Joyce 75%. You got Chloe shooting 85%. You got Sania shooting 79% for the free throw line. She's getting you 5 rebounds and assists, getting 2 blocks per basketball game, 1 steal, and only 2 turnovers. I said before, and I will continue to say this, our post players are very, very good. They ain't got to be 6'5", 6'7". They ain't got to be that. They are efficient basketball players. And when they are motivated and have and challenged, they're going to rise to that. The implications and the impact of this basketball again, I mean, it's a statement win. Let's say that right there. It's a statement win by South Carolina that was needed before we go play Kentucky. Now, Kentucky just beat the snot out of Tennessee. They really did. Tennessee didn't show up. I didn't watch the game, but they lit them up. And Kentucky is coming to Colonial Life Arena to win that basketball game. They are. Especially they on some big high now that they beat Tennessee. And they're like, okay, we beat Tennessee. We can go to Carolina, beat them, get a higher seed in the SEC tournament, and get some work. Rich Brooks is going to have them ready to play. They're going to have them ready to play. But if the victory solidified our position in the SEC seedings. Like I said before, we're tied for first with Texas with 1 game to play. I hate that if we beat Texas, if we beat Kentucky, I should say, it's going to come down to a coin flip against Texas. That's just stupid. It's stupid. We got a lot to look forward to. That game in Kentucky is so important. So important for our seedings. We lose the basketball game. We lose the basketball game and even a coin flip. We'll be the number 2 overall seed in the SEC, tournament. I mean, that's pretty simple. But we win with the number 1 overall seed, and then we sitting pretty. And I like it. The Carolina basketball team has played 2 really good games after the loss against UConn. I'm expecting the third. Really good game. And then we got a few days off before we get ready for the SEC tournament. Basketball is about to get lit. It is tournament time. Is going down real soon. Can't wait for it. Y'all continue to like, continue to share, continue to tell a friend about this movement called Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. We got some amazing things that's going to be happening in the near future. Gamecocks Talk, women's basketball is amazing. It's amazing. This concludes another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I'm your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I continue to bring that gospel of Gamecocks every single day. Ladies and gentlemen, you're not rocking with the best. And since you're rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain Will. Let's go. Let's go.
J-Rock did this beat.